Hi, my name is Jim Riviello and welcome to the Leadership Mindset. I'm so excited to announce a new video series where each week our goal is to help you get into the right frame of mind to embrace change, to focus your efforts, and to accelerate results. Each week we're going to be producing a short little video that's going to help you move from theory to application and up your leadership game. Maybe something we say just seeds you with that breakthrough idea you've been waiting for. Maybe something we say validates something you've recently considered. Or maybe something we say just serves as a friendly reminder of a habit that you intellectually know you need to put into practice on a more frequent basis. Well, today's application idea is all around leadership in a post-COVID world. See, the simple fact is change is challenging. And everywhere we go right now, we're faced with an enormous amount of change, right? What was our traditional work boundaries have been blurred, right? And as a result, we've been asked to create new processes and ways of working with each other that will hopefully increase efficiency and scale in the long term. But right now, the simple fact is that many of us, whether it's spoken or not, right, have a lot of frustration, a lot of anxiety, still a lot of fear built up. And it's comforting to know that we're all in this together. It's comforting to know that we're all experiencing the same types of things. And it's also comforting to know that we're making progress, right? We've come a long way in the last 4 or 5 months, right? But the reality remains is that what we're doing is not enough. And I say that from the deepest part of my heart is because going forward, we need to really up our game. We need to begin to think differently and behave differently, right? At a whole nother level. Right? And we're being forced to do that right now. And I don't know if you know, or you probably everybody knows the old saying, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. And if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Well, that's a lot about leadership. When you think about it, if one of your employees or teammates come to you with a problem and you just give them a solution, what you're really basically doing is giving them a short-term fix. You're probably robbing them of that aha moment of them that they can get something and universally apply it to multiple different scenarios. Conversely, if you get in the habit of teaching them to fish, right, what you end up doing is you take the problem that's at hand and you use it as an opportunity, right, to teach them an approach, a framework, a methodology on how to attack similar type of problems, right? That is universally applicable. This actually will help you scale. This will help you and your team get to another level. And I want to use that as a framework, right? Because I want to give you a tool that is universally applicable to many different problems. And that is what I would call a filter. And the filter I want to share with you today is what I refer to as BC and AC. See, BC stands for before COVID and AC stands for after COVID. And if you think about this is a great filter that all leaders need to put into practice, right? Is you gotta be thinking like the mindset shift is what we once thought and acted in a before COVID world is different in an after COVID world. So think about this filter for a second. Like before COVID, we had a lot of structure, right? We kind of knew what to expect, or at least we thought we did, right? Like after COVID, we're like faced with a lot of uncertainty. Like the future is filled with a lot of unknowns. In a before COVID world, we typically worked around a 40-hour week, and you kind of knew roughly the parameters of what that week would look like. After COVID, what it ends up being is a 40+ hour week, right? I don't know about you, but like working remotely and working from home is not like a vacation and less hours. It's actually more hours, right? In a before COVID world, many of us were asked to own a task, right? In an after COVID world, right, many of us are being asked to own a function, right? Take responsibility for a function, right? We, in a BC world, our workload would increase and we get to a certain point, we would just want to ask for additional headcount and add additional resources to our team, right, to solve a point-specific problem. Now, though, things are a little different. There's no longer like asking for headcount. Like we're all being asked to understand data-driven analytics that will help us identify inefficiencies, which will help us identify where we need to put the right resources or what tools we can apply for that. So it's a slightly different ask in a BC type AC world. In a BC world, many of us had a manager's mindset, right? We had a certain way of thinking that was geared around a manager's mindset. In a AC world, we have to think more like an entrepreneurial mindset. Think about that for a second, right? Like, we're being asked to think like a decision maker in an AC world, right? In the BC world, we could actually take an issue and try to solve it. If we couldn't solve it, we would just raise it upwards, raise up the food chain. In an AC world, we're being asked to identify a creative solution. We're being asked to work around. We're being asked to solicit and find people who can help us support us. We're being asked to think like an entrepreneur, think like the ultimate decision maker, right? In a BC world, we would see things as they once were. In an AC world, we have to see things as they are. So if you think about this back and forth filter that I just gave you, it's really applicable because we all have a choice, right? Many of us can resist the change that's happening. We can fight it. We can get mad about it. We can blame other people, right? That's laced with resistance, right? That keeps us in a BC mentality. Conversely, we could embrace the change in front of us. We can use the unknown, use the uncertainty to fuel our efforts, right? To embrace this, to fuel something better. And we have a choice. Do you want to stay in a BC mindset, or do you want to operate in an AC mindset? Which one do you think would actually lead to greater success? See, and I say that because it's been my experience that change itself is not the problem. So many people are so quick to blame something that's caused the change, and change itself is not the problem. It's our resistance to the change that's the problem, right? So I give you this filter today as a way to begin this process of this new series we're running here about getting into the right mindset. You as a leader have to get into the mindset of, am I going to operate in a BC world or an AC world, right? And the reality of this is that I say this because you need to hear the truth. So everywhere we turn, every TV station I turn on, right? Every news station, right? Is this laced with fear, anxiety, worry, right? It's pushing us all. And I'm not dismissing some of the facts that are out there, but the net result is if we're not careful. I don't know about you, but I turn on the evening news and within 5 minutes I get depressed, right? So we need to remind ourselves a couple things if we're going to operate in this AC world. First of all, we're all blessed. We're blessed to we're blessed to live in a great country and have a lot of freedoms, right? We have to step up to that blessing, right? We have an opportunity. If we're willing to operate in an AC space, we have an opportunity to learn and grow, right? And wherever you are in your journey, doesn't really matter where you are. I want you to hear it from me. I want you to remind yourself that you're ready, right? Whatever challenge lays at your feet, I want you to know that you have the ability and the capacity to navigate any change. You got to tell yourself that, right? That's an AC mentality, right? A BC mentality, you're stuck in the past, you're resisting. You have to operate in an AC mentality. So the question I have for you is, are you willing to change your perspective? And I say that because leaders see things as they are. They don't judge them as good or bad. They just see them as they are. Leaders also envision something better, right? And leaders also seek help and guidance and support to co-create the future. That's a leadership mindset. Subscribe if you want to hear more. We'll see you in the next episode. Talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for listening. I hope this video gave you some ideas that you can begin to implement in your business. If you're committed to making a positive and meaningful difference in the lives of everyone that you touch, then check out the link in the description below and sign up for the Mindset Shift. Successful people everywhere all have worries. They have doubts. They even have fears. What makes them successful is their mindset. One of my favorite quotes is that some people dream about success while others wake up early and work hard at it. If you're one of those people, then I want to reward you for your efforts. I want to give you access to some free training that will help you gain the confidence and courage to be who you desire to be. If you want some leadership best practices that you can begin to implement right away, I encourage you to sign up for the free training Mindset Shift. Check it out. The link is below. Again, thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like. Comment and subscribe to the channel because each week I'm putting out content to show you how you can embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. We'll talk to you next week.